consulted prior to the move to bring Tebow to town. Rex said, Mark's the quarterback, not the GM. Mark said, by the way, he's fine with that. It's not his job. Rex also said this about Tim. For us, I'm worried about football. We feel Tim brings something to our football team that will add to our team. He's not just a backup player. All this while owner Woody Johnson said yesterday he wants to make one thing very clear. Mark Sanchez is the starting quarterback. He added a period to that statement. What do you guys make of all of this drama?
I love this story. I love this story.
I mean, listen. First of all, let's parse words here, and let's look at this. Rex Ryan says he's not just a backup quarterback. I would say he's not even a backup quarterback. That's what I would say. I can't believe that this is even a story. Okay, this just makes no sense to me whatsoever. Rex Ryan is getting on my nerves. Him and Mike Tannenbaum. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever, okay? Tim Tebow is not even a backup quarterback. He is not even.
That's your opinion. What's Rex's opinion?
Excuse me.
Yours doesn't count.
Excuse me. Yours do?
Yes.
No, it does not.
Because I was right again about this story.
No, it does not, Joker. No, it does not. And fix your face. It's getting on my nerves already, okay? Don't even start with me. You're getting on my nerves. Don't sit there and try to act like this is a viable story.
How would you like him to fix it?
It is not. Listen, excuse me.
Well, how can he fix it? What do you want him to do?
Just sit there. Don't go like this. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay?
You know why?
Just sit there with a straight face, Joker, and just
no
do it.
ammo.
No,
you got no way out. This is your worst nightmare.
First of all, yeah, it is my worst nightmare because the fact that he's in Gotham City really appalls me. Okay, I'll admit that. All right, you're happy now. You want a cookie? The point that I'm trying to make to you is that yes, you do. I did it with your Diet Mountain Dew. Yeah. Point is this, okay? Rex Ryan is sitting there and he's trying to make a case that Tim Tebow is going to be heavily utilized. That is the case that he is trying to make because he is trying to justify and act like it was a football decision. And Woody Johnson coming out, y'all think they're at odds. They're not at odds. They're actually saying the same thing. You got Rex Ryan trying to justify it as a purely football decision, and you have Woody Johnson saying to the press and to New Yorkers, you know what? We haven't lost our perspective. We haven't lost our vision. This is about wins and losses. This is about football. That's what it is. That's basically what they're saying. I find it appalling because we all know it was a popularity contest. We all know that Tim Tebow, the guy that sweats on you and you too shall be healed. That Tim Tebow, this dude is, I mean, Mr. Popularity, and put the Kardashians to shame, okay? This is what this dude is. This is what he has become. He is a sideshow. It is all a PR campaign. The Jets are clearly interested in winning back pages, and they got the perfect guy out there to speak on Tim Tebow's behalf, and that is Rex Ryan, who is always looking for a headline. It is disgraceful. I am just disgusted that this is even a story, but I do understand they aim to please you, you troublemaker. This is all your fault. You instigated everything. And when Tim Tebow falls, and he will fall, it'll be on you. It'll be your fault. Go ahead.
Jay, can I do my fake Stephen A. laugh?
Well,
sorry.
Wow. I don't know what's better, that or the face Stephen A. made to imitate
I got to do the fake laugh because do I have a problem with this? I called it. I sat here and I told you 2-3 weeks ago. A lot of teams will want Tim Tebow. Reportedly, 12 teams expressed interest. The New York Jets, led by the best defensive mind in football, Rex Ryan. Yeah, he's a showman coach. But can he coach defense? Can he, Stephen A. Smith? Yes, he can. And he knows better than anyone that he had to stand on that sideline on that Thursday night, late in that game, at Denver, and watch Tim Tebow chew up his defense 95 yards in 12 plays. And he said, you know what? I can't stop the dude. I got to get him. I got to play him because clearly Rex Ryan doesn't trust Mark Sanchez. And you're backed into the deepest corner of your career on this one because you don't trust Mark Sanchez. Am I right? I think I read that on ESPN.com 3 weeks ago.
Tell me. See, you don't get to twist my words.
No, I do. I read your words.
I absolutely have no problem with telling you I don't trust Mark Sanchez.
Thank you.
But I have also said to you that Mark Sanchez is the second coming of Joe Montana Montana compared to Tim Tebow. That is what I have said. So you don't get to sit there and take one part of my sentence, but ignore the other. You do that all the time. People get a Stu Live Stews, who I love dearly. Rob Parker, absolutely, Skip, without question. That's not what I said. You pick him up. The lovely Jamel Hill. Everybody, you always twist it. She is always lovely. Jamel Hill's always lovely. You always twist people's words, but you're not getting over that with me.
You laughed at the Jets for extending Mark Sanchez's
I thought it was ridiculous. I thought it was absolutely ridiculous. I stand by that. That doesn't mean he's not better than Tim Tebow.
You don't believe he's the answer for the Jets.
I don't.
Thank you.
But time out. I don't believe he's the answer for the New York Jets. I said Tim Tebow can't play quarterback. Do you not see the difference?
No.
Do you not comprehend the difference?
Rex Ryan does not see the difference. Here's the point. Why didn't Rex call and include Mark Sanchez in the discussions about Tim Tebow? Because he doesn't want Mark Sanchez to be his quarterback. I've said for 3 years he's the un-Jet. He's the one guy who doesn't fit in the locker room.
So you think it's justified that he don't pick up the phone and call a starting quarterback, but he's been coddling and pacifying and screaming to the heavens, you're our guy, you're our guy. You don't think he deserved the courtesy of a phone call after you went out there lying all of these months about just a
He didn't lie. He didn't lie.
What did he do?
He had a better option. All of a sudden, out like the heavens opened, and all of a sudden, Tim Tebow was available for a song.
So in other words, he spit in his face and told him it was raining. That's what you're telling me?
Yeah.
That's what he did. Oh, yeah. and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I'm fine with it.
That's all right.
Because Tebow's a better option than Mark Sanchez. Tebow fits the Jets. He'll fit the locker room. What does Rex always say? Play like a Jet? Trust me, Tebow's a football player. He will play the way Rex wants to play football. I told you last week. Rex wants to run the ball, and with Tim Tebow, they will become the #1 rush offense in the NFL. And Rex wants to play top 5 defense. He doesn't mind winning a low-scoring game. As long as his quarterback makes 2 or 3 big, crucial throws, hopefully for touchdowns, Tim Tebow is his man.
So in other words, let me put my defense on suicide watch. Let me put them out there for three and a half quarters, okay? Let them have to play extra duty. Let them have to put in overtime work, double overtime work. Let them have to sit there and keep us in the game, pray tell, because that's what they'll need to do in order for Tim Tebow, because we all know that Tim Tebow is allergic to showing up in the first 3 quarters for the most part, okay? So after that,
I don't know that.
oh, yes, you do.
No,
yes,
no.
you do. Yes, you do.
I didn't see it against New England. I didn't see it at Buffalo. I didn't see it at Minnesota.
You can give me those games. You can give me those games. I can give you about 8 others where it's true. So what's the difference?
Who won?
All he does is win.
Who won?
All he does is win games. All he does is win games.
Yeah, that's
Who
all
lost
Rex
more their
knows.
last
Rex
5 games?
wants to win.
Who lost
games.
more their last 5 games?
On the Jets-Broncos game, I called up the game story from that game, and you were right. He was 12 plays, 95 yards at the end to win it. He was not very good, and that's being kind. The first 3.
Give me specifics.
How good was Mark Sanchez, Jay Crawford?
Mark threw a pick 6.
Yes,
We're
thank
talking
you.
about Tim Tebow.
How many times did Mark throw? How many times did Mark throw?
Don't change
No,
the
I want to
Don't
you
point at him.
hold on.
Don't point at him. Don't point at him.
No,
Don't
you
point
shut
at him.
up.
And watch your language.
Yeah.
The point is, give me Tim
24
Tebow's
of
stats.
40.
40! Mark Sanchez threw it 40 times.
Question?
Tim Tebow was 9 of 20.
He threw it
That's
104 yards.
actually decent for him.
Wait,
But
wait,
what I wanted to read was what Rex said about Tim after the game. I think it's telling now. He said that he wasn't surprised that he ran the ball. You know he's going to keep it in that situation. That's what he does. You keep the ball in your playmaker's hands. We thought he was going to carry the ball and didn't disappoint us, but he ran for a touchdown. This is where it gets interesting. The kid is a competitor and makes plays with the game on the line.
Bingo!
Time out.
No, we haven't finished on this. Jay Crawford brought it up. I'm going to finish it.
Go ahead.
Mark Sanchez threw 40 passes in a game in which the Jets totaled 13 points. Am I right about that, Jay?
Yeah.
40 passes for 13 points, and one of those passes went to the other team for 6 points.
I agree.
Okay, that's why.
I agree.
Okay, so why wouldn't
What?
Rex got his playmaker? He got him. He stole him from the Denver Broncos.
That's your
for a song.
question. What are you supposed to say when the dude just had a 95-yard drive and beat you? Your offense stunk. Your defense didn't show up at the most pivotal point in the game. Think about this, Skip. Rex Ryan, you call him a defensive wizard.
He is.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's what you called him. The defense, even though it wasn't awful, definitely took a step back this year. There is no doubt about that. All of his bloviating turned out to be for nothing, okay? And then you go against this guy, and you let this guy who was pretty close to inept as a passer.
He was not.
Not
Quit saying
that
That's
particular
wrong.
game. He was 9 of 20 that particular game.
Well, it's
But
still
the
below
point is,
50%.
they
You never
didn't-
want to be
they
below
didn't do anything, Skip, and the defense didn't show up. It's one game.
Here's the big point you're missing. For the first time in Tim Tebow's NFL career, he has a coach who really, really wants him and is going to put the ball in his hands in big situations. He won in spite of his GM and his head coach in Denver. That game was in spite of. That week, John Elway had said on his radio show, well, I don't know about Tim. He's got a long way to go. Really? That's all you got for a guy who's taking you on a 7 out of 8 winning streak?
One other telling stat from the game, prior to that final drive, he had run it twice for 11 yards. No factor at all on the ground. In that final drive, he ran it 7 times for 58 yards.
Thank you.
And several of them were on third down. That
They were.
play, the scoring
he
play
moved
was
the chains.
third and
we seen
6 or 8.
anyone? Have we seen
It was third down.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Have we seen anybody that says Tim Tebow can't run?